Hello, Leo, and welcome to TenPaths Tarot. Today we will be using Tarot at the End of the Rainbow, Mystical Tarot, and Nature's Whispers Oracle cards. Before we begin, I like to mix up the cards. This is not part of the reading. Cards may jump out. That's just clumsiness on my part right now, because I want to just make sure the cards are well mixed before we start. And as we go along, you may hear me refer to Spirit as he or she. I would like to remind everyone that Spirit does not have a gender. Likewise, there are pictures of men and women in the tarot cards, and I will be saying he or she. But tarot has no gender. If you are a woman and I say he, it may still apply to you, and vice versa. The way I read tarot is I first use the Mystical Tarot deck today. That is my favorite deck, and that's because when I first started tarot, that was my first deck. And as I started shuffling, just for the practice of shuffling, I realized that my mother had represented herself by one card and was sending me messages. She would attach the message to the card and flip it out of the deck. And so I've been attached to this tarot deck ever since. I even bought a backup in case these ever get destroyed. I want to make sure I can continue getting messages from my mom. Now the oracle cards are a little more difficult to shuffle. They're on the very large size. And what I usually do is I first draw 4 cards, or ask Spirit to give me 4 cards. I will shuffle for some time. If 4 cards do not pop out, then I will draw from the bottom of the deck. After I draw the first 4 cards, I then draw a second 4 cards. For clarification or confirmation. And then I start using a different deck, because by then 8 cards out of this deck will have been used. So then I break into a second deck and draw another 4 cards. I will then take 3 cards, or ask Spirit for 3 cards, from the Oracle deck for any closing messages. Before I get started, what I like to do is to clear the area with some sound. I am using this whistle, and it is somewhat loud. I will turn the volume down on the video by 80%, and it will be plenty loud for you to hear. But I like to do this every time I start a reading. And now I'm going to meditate for 5 to 10 minutes and ask for Spirit's assistance in relaying its message to you. The message I relay may pertain to you, or it may not. If it does not, take what you can use, leave the rest. The thing is, just as there are many cars on a highway, there are many people on a path. Not everyone is on the same highway or the same path, but there are people who are on the same there are people who are going in the same direction. So if this reading does not resonate with you, try a different reader on a different channel, because your reading is out there. When I start drawing cards, I do not take reversals. I believe that Spirit is quite capable of using the cards to speak directly without the need of reversals. There's plenty of cards to choose from to give us a reversal message if that's what Spirit wants. So now I'm going to meditate, and I'm going to shut the camera off so you don't have to sit here with me for 5 to 10 minutes in silence. Okay, and we're ready to begin. Spirit, what message do you have for Leo, for those born between July 23rd and August 22nd? There are many people who are wanting a message from Spirit. They want guidance on their path. Please keep in mind that Spirit's guidance is not a command. It's still up to you to use your knowledge, your experiences, and your beliefs to determine your own direction. Spirit's main message is often that it is there for you, and it is trying to guide you down the right path. But it still relies on your freedom of will. Your life relies on your freedom of will. So Spirit, what message do you have for Leo? What message do you have? And the first card we have is the Hermit. The second card is the King of Wands. And we've got two. We have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Seven of Swords. So let's look at these cards. Both of these individuals look as though they're in a meditative state. Of course, the Hermit is. He is up on his mountain in isolation, contemplating. And the King of Wands also seems to be in a state of contemplation. There are dragons. This one has no arms. Perhaps it is something that he's slain in the past. But the dragon itself looks very relaxed. So perhaps dismembering this particular dragon put this at rest. But there are other dragons in the background. Now, the dragon is not bad. It can symbolize magic, as does the salamander. It can symbolize fiery dreams, intense passions. So the King of Wands has had dreams come true, has had magic in his life, and you would think he is completely content, but here's that fiery dragon. There's still a passion out there. So, might it be that this king is trying to decide whether to stay in a state of calm or go for a new dream? Look for more magic in the world. He's already experienced magic. He's already experienced success, great success. Should he let things be as they are or go forward to a new dream, a new passion? Here we have the Knight of Cups. Cups can represent love, but they can also represent abundance. And the reason I say that is because they represent water. And water is the life source for us all, that and the sun. And so he looks like he is being careful not to spill what is in the cup, and yet he wants to move forward. Here, this horse is in the shape of a seahorse, again representing dreams, magic. So he looks like he is ready to move on with this new passion. His cup is already filled with abundance, but he is ready to move on to something else. So what stands in his way? His own thoughts. Of course, there were past injuries. You can see this is the same person in the two cards. But what he might want to do with this Seven of Swords is take the best of what he's learned and leave the others behind. So take what you've learned. You don't have to discard everything and start from scratch. And then move forward with Spirit's guidance. And so, Spirit, can you clarify or confirm these cards? And the first card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The next one is your card, Leo. In the tarot deck, strength is representative of Leo. So there is your card under the King of Wands there. And here we have the Queen of Wands. Oh, that's a few too many, Spirit. Thank you. That was half the pile. But I need one more card, Spirit. Are there any messages you have for Leo? Can you confirm this reading? And the last two cards. Spirit gave us two. I will take both of those. And the first one is the Queen of Cups. And the next one is the King of Pentacles. Well, this is looking pretty beautiful, Leo. Under the Hermit, we all see there has already been great success. Pentacles represent not just money. It can represent money, but it can also represent things we need in order to thrive while here on earth. It's not talking about the spiritual. And so there may be a question here. Do I seek more spiritual solitude? Do I pursue this or do I pursue that? What do you think, Spirit? Maybe there has to be a balance because we do live here on earth. We do need the things that earth provides in order to survive, in order to thrive while here. And I'm not going to tell you that our life on earth is unimportant. I actually believe it is. We are all connected spiritually. And so when one of us learns, when one of us does well and can forward that motion, it forwards spirit. It forwards our essence. And not in a greedy way, like, oh, I am helping myself in a later life. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what we are at heart. We are pure love. That is our essence. And the more we act against that essence, the more pain we feel. So perhaps here, we've got the two extremes. Perhaps the middle way, the balance. And here you're reflected again. You're already strong. You're already strong. And no matter what comes, you are in a good position. You are the king. You are the ruler. You are in a good position to determine your fate. She can move ahead. She's got everything under control. So you're starting off in a good place and you're wondering, can I even move forward? Is there more beyond this? And I believe that Spirit would tell you there's always more beyond this because we're here to learn and to experience and to broaden the collective view, to help Spirit help the earth. We're not here for selfish purposes. We are here to help while we're here, but also sort of to report. I don't want to make it sound like we are scientists and we are all analyzing everything. That's not it, but experiencing the world. And so here we've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands looks pretty comfortable, except she holds that wand, which represents dreams and passions. She's still clinging on to one. What would she like to move forward with? So here we have the pair, the King and Queen of Wands, and they both cling on to a dream. Do they let that dream die or do they let it grow? That's really up to them. That is part of free will. The next card is the Queen of Cups. Again, cups can represent love, but they can also represent bounty. And here we have seahorses. But those seahorses are not being fed anymore. Like this dream, look what has happened. They are wasting away. They are deteriorating. Nothing is moving forward. Does she stand there and cherish what bounty she has had? Or does she look for new experiences and new dreams? And the final card is the King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles is a little different than this Nine of Pentacles. Look at this. She seems to just be enjoying the bounty. I have everything I need here on earth. I am happy in my little garden, and I might just stay right here. I might just stay right here. And he is in the same position, actually. He is holding on to that pentacle, and he's got the horns of a bull behind him. The stubbornness, the strength, but also the stubbornness of that bull that does not always see beyond the immediate. And he has enjoyed his life, but it's not going very far. As you can see, it's not going very far. So, Spirit, can you confirm these cards or tell us more about them? I am now switching to a second deck. I need 4 cards, Spirit. And the first card well, there we have another cup, a page of cups. So I'm looking at the page, the Knight, the page becomes a Knight, and we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the last 2 cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups. So let's look at these. The first thing I noticed, we have a page and a Knight of Cups. And you can see here, he has his bounty, he has his love, but he's still dreaming, he's still looking far away. Do I have what it takes to go for the dream? For my next dream, my next pursuit? In this card, the answer is yes. Or you feel ready in any case. The cup is much bigger. He is already on his charge and ready to move on. Here again, this reflects that hermit energy. Do I stay here with my little cup of tea that I've become very comfortable with, or do I move ahead? And here we have the Nine of Wands. And this gentleman does not look like he feels secure in leaving his past dreams behind. In fact, he's guarding them. Or is he guarding them? Or is he blocking them? In any case, he doesn't look like he's going anywhere. He's strong. He's strong like the lion, like Leo. But he still seems hesitant to move forward. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles is having what we need in order to thrive here on earth. And so this gnome or this elf is riding off on his badger, The badger's very tenacious. It doesn't give up very easily. So maybe this dream will almost propel itself. But he's ready to go. He's taking some of what he has. This isn't all of what he has. A single pentacle also shows potential. Potential. So here we have something very similar. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Here we have the bounty in hand. Here we have the potential for new bounty. And the last card is the Knight of Cups. Now she is moving forward and she is full of color. There is a lot of promise in these cups. A lot of promise. This is the Knight of Cups with the Knight of Cups. But you can see the transformation. Here he looks very uncertain. Everything's gray, gloomy looking. I don't know if I can do this. But here is moving ahead with certainty. She can leap, she can fly, she can float, she can make her dreams come true. So let's compare then these two cards together that were put down. Should I stay with the bounty I have and be content? I'm comfortable. But she is ready to move forward. She sees color in the world more than she's had. Or additional color that she would like. Look at this frog. It has the stripes of a tiger. It's going to move forward. It may feel humble at first, but it feels confident moving forward. And so, Spirit, do you have any final words? Do you have any final words for Leo? I would like 3 oracle cards, please. 3 oracle cards. Can you guide Leo? They are debating whether to pursue additional dreams, even though they feel comfortable where they are. They have had some success. They're afraid of losing that success. Do you have any last words for Leo? Do you have any last words? I would like 3 cards, please. 3 cards, Spirit. I will shuffle 3 more times, and then if nothing pops out, then what I'll do is I'll take from the bottom of the deck. That was 2. Do the last set, last shuffle, and then I will take from the bottom of the deck. Be spontaneous. The first card up is be spontaneous. What do you want to do? Here is Spirit. Your wishes can be granted, but you have to move forward. You can stay where you are. It's quite comfortable. There is nothing wrong with that. If you want to stay where you are, you may be comfortable for the rest of your life. But if you feel that you're strong, and Leo tends to be strong, then move forward and pursue your passions. The next card up is renewal of peace. Oh, renewal of peace. Sometimes indecision, no decision, is more confounding than making that decision. If you want to stay in place, it is safe there. Spirit will still watch over you. If you want to grow and explore and later use those wings, Spirit is still watching over you. Spirit wants you to succeed. It wants you to enjoy life and explore. And let's see, the last card is pause. Pause. She seems a little afraid to walk into the night, to the unknown. And now it's time for you to pause and reflect how comfortable you feel moving ahead. It does say pause. It doesn't say stop. It could be reflecting on the best way to proceed. It could be reflecting on should you proceed. It's okay to stop and think about it a bit. Although here we have be spontaneous. So we have the two conflicting messages. And maybe that's how you feel, is that conflict, that conflicting message. But really, growth potential is always there. It's really up to you in what way you want to grow. This is your life. And it's up to you how you want to use the time while here on earth. And so I'm sorry. You've been promoted from Leo to Spirit. So Leo, thank you for being here today. My name was Everett. I enjoyed doing this reading for you, and I hope you'll return.